Well, I want Ava's Pet Palace to focus on making the world a better place for pets, people, and our planet. I would say that I want Ava's Pet Palace to be a worldwide brand that, all animal lovers, animal owners can just come together to, just a community of people.
Welcome to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. I'm Tori Mystic. As a dog mom lifestyle expert, blogger, and business owner, I love talking to other women in the pet industry and sharing their advice with you every week. Sit, stay, and listen to the latest episode. In this episode, I'm excited to share a conversation with Ava Dorsey. She started selling dog treats under the brand Ava's Pet Palace as a kid-repreneur when she was just 8 years old. Now she's 15 and her treats are carried in over 200 stores around the United States. In this interview, we talk about how she got started with her very first recipe. It was actually a tuna food for her cat Pumpkin. And with so much success at such a young age, I was curious what Ava's big dreams are for the future. She sees Ava's Pet Palace being a real in-person destination that might include a pet restaurant and other fun attractions. That sounds so amazing, but there's also some really big things happening right around the corner. We talk about the upcoming SuperZoo event in Las Vegas, where Ava will be introducing her new line of cat treats in the new product showcase. Up until now, her mom was still making their cat treats by hand at home, so it's really exciting to hear about how those treats are expanding. At the end of our chat, I also asked Ava what advice we could share with young girls in our lives who want to start their own businesses. Her sage advice applies to women of any age. Just go for it. Before we go for it and hit play, I want to thank SuperZoo for sponsoring this episode. Ava and I will both be at the trade show in Las Vegas this August 23rd through 25th. Will we see you there? Visit wearwagrepeat.com/SuperZoo to register for free and listen for more details later on in this episode. Ava Dorsey is the 15-year-old founder and chief pet officer of Ava's Pet Palace. Together with her family, they've been building a pet wellness and accessories business since 2016. Ava has always loved animals and believed our pets are family. She creates organic and natural treats and accessories for dogs and cats to help them live healthier and happier lives. She's been making recipes and baking pet treats in their family's kitchen using only organic ingredients. And now that her business has grown, she works with co-packers and her treats are now USDA certified organic. That's awesome. Her business really took off in 2020, thanks to the many people who shared her story on social media. Ava's Pet Palace has grown into an amazing community of pet parents, animal lovers, and animal advocates. We all share the belief that all pets, whether they're in our homes, living in shelters, or even homeless, deserve lots of love, kindness, and the best nutrition. Ava's now has happy customers in all 50 states, and her treats are in over 200 retailers nationwide. With the help of her mom, who works for Ava's Pet Palace full-time, they ship hundreds of bags of treats each month. Ava's purpose is to inspire all people to change the world using their own gifts and talents. A better world for pets, people, and the planet starts with all of us. Hey, Ava.
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. You're such an inspiring young woman, if I can say so. And I'm really excited to have you here on the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast.
Thank you. And I'm excited to be here too.
And just kind of like getting ahead of myself here because I am so excited. We hopefully will be meeting up in person in August at SuperZoo in Las Vegas.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
I am too. Well, we'll get into that later. First off, I was just like too excited. I had to mention it. But first off, I want to hear like your superhero origin story kind of. I think some people might already be familiar with kind of how you started this as a very young girl, but I would love if you could just repeat for my listeners how you started your treat business.
Well, I started Ava's Pet Palace when I was 8. I'm now 15. And I've always loved animals, always had a passion for helping them, wanting to be around them, and just doing anything I could to just to spend time with them. That was my main thing. I just loved animals. And as I started getting older and learning more about animals and just different things, we had a lot of family animals at the time. So I got to spend a lot of time with them. And as I started getting older, I was noticing that a lot of the treats we were feeding our own animals had a lot of ingredients and many bad ingredients. And my family has always been very health conscious of what we ate, and our furry friends being part of our family, I thought that they should be eating the same quality food as us. And I always knew that I wanted to do something with animals, whether it was just spending time with them, because that's really what started Ava's Pet Palace, just my love and passion for animals. And we started at shows where I could still, just go and have fun while also getting Ava's Pet Palace out there, like little craft shows where I would sell my treats. And then eventually, things started like taking bigger steps, I guess you would say. And we're here right now.
Taking a big step is an understatement. It's like amazing how much your business has grown since starting at 8 years old and making treats. Do you remember what were the first recipe that you're making? What was your treat that you started out with?
So we actually have these pictures on Instagram and everything. You scroll way back. But the first treat was I'm going to say that the first treat was like of food. So it was this food that I made for my cat Pumpkin. And it was this tuna. It was this tuna food, and it was just something that I wanted him to try because, like I was saying, I was noticing that a lot of the ingredients were bad, and I just wanted to have something for him to have. But then the actual dog treat that was first was this cheese treat, and it was actually the same recipe that we were using up until 2020. So we had the same 3 flavors: banana, cheese, and peanut butter, like as we started out with today.
Well, those are 3 really good flavors. I know that my dogs love all of those. Bananas are my dog Lucy's. I think she just heard me say the word banana. It's her favorite food. When she hears like the crack of like opening the peel, which you think doesn't make a lot of noise, she can hear it from anywhere in the house and she comes running over. So I love it. So you mentioned, did you say that you've added new flavors since 2020?
We do have those same 3 treat flavors of banana, peanut butter, and cheese. We also added a salmon chip treat, which is just a single ingredient treat, just wild caught Alaskan salmon. And that's the newest treat. We also make cat treats, which you don't push as much because we still actually make those at home. And my mom actually hand cuts all of those cat treats, and we dehydrate them at home. So they're not shelf stable. We just send them to our customers off our website. And we're actually in the process of trying to find and make a cat treat that will be shelf stable and we can get into retailers.
That's really exciting. But wow, your mom really kind of does it all, huh?
Yes. In 2020, that was when she started working for Ava's Pet Palace full time.
And do you kind of feel like you're her boss?
Well, I don't know. That question gets asked very often, and I don't know. I don't think I can say. I don't know. It's like we work together all the time.
It's more of a partnership, mom, so. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's probably the best way to do it because you both have your strong suits. You both have your own gifts and talents, and you can kind of work together.
Definitely.
So as a 15-year-old who has a growing, amazing business, do you ever feel like you miss out on stuff with your friends because you're busy with stuff for work?
Well, I'd say it depends because I'm gonna be a sophomore this year, and I would say so it's when I'm at school, it's like I would guess you say I live in like pretty normal life at school. Like Ava's Pet Palace is not my closer friends know about my business, but I don't just go around telling the whole school. So I'm seen as more just like a normal teenager at school, which I actually like. And I wouldn't say it has that big of an effect on missing out on stuff. Um, Maybe sometimes I have an interview to do, or maybe like an Instagram live that I have to do before I can do something else that's more like on the leisure side. But I always do get to go out and do things, and it does really balance out.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you have a good work-life balance, even at this age. Because I think there's lots of people who are twice, three times, four times your age who are still trying to figure out the work-life balance. I think having pets as like our inspiration for our businesses really is a good reminder because pets are all about enjoying their free time.
They are.
So speaking of all of these awesome media appearances and all this different stuff that you have done in the last couple of years, does anything stand out as like a favorite or what you were most excited to do?
That's a good question. In 2020, I was a finalist for this pitch competition. It was with the Legacy Gala, and it was three young entrepreneurs who would go up and pitch in front of over 700 people. And I was one who made it to the final round. So I actually got to go up there. I was 12 at the time and pitch in front of everyone. And I actually ended up winning as the youngest young entrepreneur they've had. And that was definitely a very exciting moment for me, for Ava's Pet Palace. And I really enjoyed that. That would really have been out as one of my favorites.
Well, what a good answer, because that's something that like you won because your pitch was so good and you were so good and what you're doing is so amazing. It wasn't just like, oh, I got to, be on TV or something like that.
It was definitely a very good experience. I was very nervous, but it all worked out.
Do you have any advice for people when they have to maybe go on stage in front of 700 people and talk about their business?
I don't even know, because I'm a very introverted person. I was very nervous. Like, I do not like talking in front of crowds or anything. Even like just like doing lives makes me nervous. But I would say that I would say once you get up there, it does get easier. Once you get up there and just start going with the flow, it does get easier. And when you're giving when you're presenting different things in crowds, just know that everyone is usually rooting for you in the crowd. They want you to do a good job. I think those would be my main two things, because I'm still learning myself. I still get very nervous for certain things, but yeah.
I think that is really true. And I love that everyone is cheering you on, no matter who you are and what you're doing. I think everyone listening to this show is doing really awesome things with pets. And so everyone wants you to succeed because you're making the world a better place. If it's happening in the pet industry, it's happening at SuperZoo, the ultimate destination for pet pros of every stripe. This August in Las Vegas, stock up on thousands of pet products from over 950 exhibitors on 300,000 square feet of show floor. SuperZoo is North America's largest and most comprehensive marketplace. Pet professionals can register for free today at wearwagrepeat.com/SuperZoo. SuperZoo is a private trade show open to pet professionals engaged in the buying of pets, pet products, or providing pet services to consumers. So Ava's Pet Palace products are featured in over 200 stores nationwide. How does that feel to have your name and your product all over the country?
I honestly can't believe it because this started out as like Ava's Pet Palace started out as like a hobby that I would do, go to little shows. And the fact that my treats are all over the US is pretty crazy to me. I'm definitely very happy about it, very excited. I'm very thankful for how much that we've accomplished or in everything that I've gotten to do. But yeah, and I'm excited to keep growing Ava's Pet Palace. And this is only the beginning for us.
Oh, so what's your big dream? What's your vision? If anything in the world could happen, what is your dream for Ava's Pet Palace?
Well, I want Ava's Pet Palace to focus on making the world a better place for pets, people, and our planet. I would say that I want Ava's Pet Palace to be a worldwide brand that, all animal lovers, animal owners can just come together to, just a community of people. And another thing is that is my Ava's Pet Palace that I drew when I was 6. And I don't know if you've heard about it. It's on my Instagram, but it's just this picture that I drew of what I wanted to do when I was older. And I drew it when I was 6. And it was just this palace, had like an animal shelter, a restaurant for animals, a daycare for animals, just everything for animals. And I would love for that to actually come true in the future.
That sounds amazing. It's almost, have you ever heard of Dollywood? It's Dolly Parton's, like her version of Disney World.
No, I haven't.
You have to look it up, check it out. It looks amazing. But it's like that. It's just like her version of Disney World. And I could picture this as being like your version of Disney World for pets, kind of with all of the different things that are important to you, with a pet restaurant, maybe like a pet water park, and like all these cool things. I could see that happening, and I want to go. Invite me to the opening. Okay.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So speaking of kind of moving up and growing and expanding, you mentioned so many times how you started off with these like little craft fairs or maybe farmers markets and different small events. Earlier this year, you did a really big trade show. And then in August, you're doing your first time at SuperZoo, which is North America's largest pet trade show. So it's going to be really epic. What are you guys doing to prepare for that? Because it's such a big event.
So right now we're working on, first we're very excited to go. It's our first big show, or first SuperZoo. So we're excited. And so right now we're working on the new cat treats. So that's something that we've been working on because we want to be able to have a new product there in the new product showcase. That's one of the really big things we're working on right now, just getting everything ready with that. More stuff that we'll have in our booth. I guess you would say we're working on different things to make our booth look the best it can look. We got that experience at the Global Pet Expo, and now we know what to expect more. Kinds of, I guess, just different things that'll make the booth look better. Well, one specific thing will be these Ava's Pet Palace stands that we're bringing. I can't share too much on them right now, but yeah.
People will have to come and see for themselves.
Yes.
Or I'll share. You'll be sharing, but I'll also be sharing on Instagram stories. And we can kind of give people a behind the scenes look at what is going on there. Yeah. Do you think that you'll be at your booth talking to people all day long, you think?
Yes. So that's how it was at Global. Then all 3 days, we did a lot of talking those 3 days. It was definitely very tiring but fun. And at SuperZoo, I'm guessing it's going to be the same. A lot of talking, and I will be at the booth all day.
Do you like talking to people there? It's different than being on stage.
I do like talking to people there, and I would say that it took me a while to actually get that level of like confidence to just talk to adults who come by my booth. When I first started, it was very hard for me to start a conversation, but with a lot of practice, it's gotten easier, and I actually really enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Do people ever like ask you weird questions and you don't know what the answer is or something? Or like, how do you kind of deal with that? Because people can ask kind of odd things at events.
Um, I yes, I would say that did happen at Global. My parents were there at Global and will be at SuperZoo as well, right there at the booth. So they'll take over like the maybe more weird questions that I don't know the answer to or can't
Or like
answer.
really specific things sometimes too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll take over those.
That's good. It's so awesome that your family is so involved. And so your mom and your dad are both involved. And do you have siblings? Do they get kind of involved in the business too?
Yes. So I have two little sisters. One is 6, her name is Marie, and then Jordan is 4.
And do you think they're gonna follow in your footsteps, helping you with Ava's Pet Palace, or do they want to start their own businesses?
So they actually do help with Ava's Pet Palace a lot. They always want to help Marie. She's always asking if she can help pack orders with us or maybe go get more of the treats, like from the garage and everything, the boxes, if she go bring them in for us. And she really does enjoy helping, but she actually does have her own business as well where she makes these necklaces, and it's called Unicorn Girl Marie. It's kind of Jordan's business too. She helps out as well, but she makes necklaces, earrings. Yeah.
You guys are so inspiring. Did your parents have their own businesses too? Is that why you're such entrepreneurs?
So both of my parents do have their own businesses like that they do kind of on the side. My dad, he works as an engineer, so he has a full-time job, but he also does stuff with Ava's Pet Palace, and he has his own business where he makes like different like things, different like leather bags and everything, wallets, everything from hand. And then my mom, she has a party planning company with her sister.
Oh, so she is probably the mastermind behind the event booths and all that kind of stuff. She's probably so good at that.
She is. She's very good at designing everything. And she always says that she's not a professional in that area, but she definitely is very good.
Yeah, I bet you she's underselling herself because it seems like you guys do just a phenomenal job with everything.
Thank you.
So I guess the final question I'd like to ask you is, if someone is listening, most of my listeners are probably twice your age. That probably happens to you all the time. But if people have little girls and they want to inspire them to start their own business, or if they have little girls in their lives, what kind of advice would you give to them to inspire young girls to start their own businesses?
So my biggest piece of advice, which is one that is probably often heard, but is to just go for it. Because if you have a passion or you love doing something, it's to just go for it, see where it can take you. It is going to be a lot of work, and you're going to have to, keep up with it and want to actually do it and have that passion there. Because if you don't, you're not going to want to keep doing it. You need to just have something behind why you're doing this so it can keep you motivated, and know that it will take hard work and there will be bumps in the road, but all that hard work will pay off in the future.
That's great advice for everyone. I don't think you have to be 8 years old to take that advice. That's good advice for everyone. And it is so important to have a passion behind what you do. And luckily it's kind of easy for us because we're all passionate about pets and they're a great motivation.
They are.
Well, Ava, it has been so wonderful talking to you. I can't wait to see you in person in August. Tell everyone where they can go to learn more about you and to find your products.
So my website is avaspetpalace.com, and you can buy my treats on there, and my Instagram and Facebook, which are my two most used like social media platforms. They're both at Ava's Pet Palace. And my treats are available. So 64 of the Pet Food Express stores, which are all in California. We actually just launched in those stores. And then around 76 of the Pet People stores, which are all over the US. And then around 75 other independent retailers.
Yeah, that's so amazing. And I bet people can go to your website and find a list somewhere of where to find you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Well, Ava, thank you again. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, and I can't wait to see you later this summer.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was nice talking to you, and I'm looking forward to meeting you at SuperZoo.
Tune in next week for a replay of an interview that's made a major impact on my business. In the last year, I've been featured on Business Insider, Yahoo News, and other media outlets. And it's all thanks to the advice that this Petpreneur shared. That's coming up next Wednesday. What did you like most about this episode? Find me on Instagram at TMystic and let me know what intrigued you or what questions you have about starting or growing your own dog-inspired business. You can also screenshot this episode and tag me in your stories. I love to see who is listening out there. Some of the best conversations happen after the episode, right? So track me down over on Instagram or join the Wear, Wag, Repeat Labs Facebook group to connect with other dog-obsessed entrepreneurs. And as always, you can find all the links and resources discussed in this episode at wearwagrepeat.com/podcast. See you back here next week.